ready to run now in the Randwick City Stakes. Gates are back now and they're off. Alalcance has really been revved up off the inside. Asterix showing good speed, so is Almania. And now our Anchorage is coming across in a full wide position. Zechariah pushes through on the rails. Warmonger in the blue cap, getting past Athabaskan. They're followed by Western midfield Listochka. Up on the outside is Valiant King, then Francesco Guardi, Mr. Waterville, and Virtuous Circles last of all. Alalcance in front, being pestered a bit by Almania the outside. Alalcance is holding Almania out, but they've certainly gone quick enough the first 600 metres. Our Anchorage has been able to drop into a distant third, so he's about 3 lengths off the leaders. Then Zechariah railing to fourth, 3/4 the outside to Asterix, playing a more prominent role in the run today. 2 lengths then to Warmonger on the outside of Athabaskan. Further back, Valiant King, Listochka, Mr. Waterville, Francesco Guardi, and Virtuous Circles last of all. So Alalcance gets a length and a half clear. Resuming today, he's off the map in the betting, and Clark lets him run now. Alalcance by a length and a half to Almania, who did some softening early. 2.5 further back to our Anchorage, is shooting for 5 in a row today. A length clear from Zechariah, Asterix the outside. Then the OTI runners, we've got Athabaskan on the inside of Warmonger. Further back then to Listochka on the inside of Valiant King. And the last 3, Mr. Waterfall, Francesco Guardi and Virtuous Circle. They've got 5.75 to go. Alalcance in front by length to Almania. Zechariah being pushed along on the inside. Our Anchorage peeling 3 wide. Asterix gets to the outside. Up the rise now. Alalcance just in front from Almania. Our Anchorage. Asterix running on. Zechariah running right up behind them in a pocket. And Warmonger's coming with a good run on the outside. Alalcance in front from our Anchorage. Zechariah can't get out now, but Alalcance in front. Alalcance 50 to go is going to cling on. Alalcance led all the way. Not sure the miners. Warmonger wide out. The luckless Zechariah and our Anchorage between them. Further back to Valiant King. Then Asterix from Almania. A gap to Athabaskan, Virtuous Circle, Francesco Guardi, Mr. Waterville, and Listochka was last in.
She is tough, that's all you can say. Alalcance, they softened her up. He got a breather for a moment. He put the foot down from the 600 metre mark. They were there to run her down and they could not get past Alalcance. First up today, over 2,000 metres. She led Tim Clark in the saddle for Gay and Adrian. And as I was saying to Corey pre-race, if there's ever a horse you want to be on first up, it is from the Gay and Adrian stable. Now I'm just waiting for the minors to go up on the screen. It was tight between 9. Our Anchorage may have finished in second. Zechariah was poking through and Warmonger was doing his burst work late in the piece. So as we watch the slow-mo here, Warmonger has put a dive in. We'll wait for the miners. Duff, she's to start here. The numbers are 17, 3, 7 and 9.
Yeah, look, how tough is she? She's a little bit slow into stride. She's first up, 2,000 metres. She gets eyeballed by Almania and softened up. The others have had beautiful runs behind her, and she was just amazing there. Look, gets held up, Zechariah here, and for probably more than you'd want, 4 or 5 strides. And look at that one behind them there, Athabaskan. He has just run into those dead ends all the way up the straight. Warmonger was great moving forward, especially when we get a wet track. But we'll have a few more looks at this race, but all eyes are for this mare. She was just amazing first up. What a training performance. But look at Warmonger just cruising up behind, cruising up behind them, Athabaskan there, with just nowhere to go, and might have beat them all with clear running there.
There's a couple of really nice runs in that race there, Ronnie. We're going to pick the eyes out of it there tomorrow morning. But got to give credit where credit due. We keep saying now Timmy Clark, he's one of our best front-running riders in Australia. But he won that race there around about the 800 metre mark. Like you said, he got softened up early, but he elected to let the horse stride from about the 800 and really push the button, probably 600 from home. So he obviously knew what he had underneath him. He trusted Gain Adrian's training, and yes, it was a very, very tough effort.
Indeed it was. Adrian Botta, we're just saying she's tough.
She is. really proud of her because not easy to run that style of race on any occasion, let alone sort of first uppy. Tim just had to do a bit of work to sort of try and hold that position from the inside draw, and then received a bit of pressure there early. But to her credit, she kept up a nice gallop. Tim increased the pressure again early from home, and I thought she might have been vulnerable that last furlong. But to her credit, she dug deep and started to pull away. You
were patient with the last preparation. You only gave her the 3 runs. You pulled up stumps. Where to now?
Yeah, we pulled up stumps because we thought she was a real Sydney Cup style of horse. She's a real out and out staying. We obviously feel we've seen the best of her yet. She's lightly raced in her career as well, so wanted to give her that chance to pull up and have a break and be able to sustain a proper preparation that gave her the right grounding to get to a Sydney Cup. So that's the path she's on, and she'll sort of stick to that traditional path.
Does she take a lot of work?
Not necessarily. When she first came, it was just about sort of keeping the condition on her, and there's not a lot of her. Lovely big frame, which she's continued to strengthen and develop into while she's been here. But she hasn't necessarily taken a huge amount to get here.
You've had a great day. Well done.
Thanks very much.
All right, Corey's going to have a chat to Tim in a moment. You've ridden so many horses for Gay and Adrian. What are they? When you ride their stayers, what's it like?
Look, I think Gay and Adrian's horses, they're just so tough. They like them ridden on speed, so they train them like that. You just know that they've got plenty in hand to give.
And when you think they've gone, they seem to find another gear.
They'll find another gear. A lot of the horses haven't got. She probably takes away a little bit of their sprint by training the way that they do, but they're just tough. You know you're in for a fight. They can head you, and you can come back there. But just back to what it was, it's just toughness.
That is indeed. All right, so Corey's going to catch up with Tim in a moment, but he rode her, he ran second on her down at Kembla, and then he didn't ride her again last preparation. He gave her her first trial back this preparation, which was over 1,200 metres. She had one more trial, but he's been on board when it counted, and she was too good this afternoon. Second, Warmonger, I thought he was brilliant. Corey, he's certainly well on track. Second up run, it's just setting him up perfectly for that third run.
Yeah, he looked terrific in the yard, but his run was probably, he wasn't disappointing at all. I thought he was terrific. But when they sprinted there at the top of the straight, I think he was just left a little bit flat-footed, but he was doing his best work late through the line.
Absolutely. Go and catch up with Tim.
Well done, Clarkie. That was tough.
Yeah, she's a really strong staying there, and she was obviously had a lightweight. I was reluctant to hand up the draw because just knew that they weren't going to go quick enough, and it was going to interrupt her gallop. So I just did enough to hold that, and when she got down the back into a rhythm, she just travelled beautifully for me. She, even though we're rolling along, she was just very comfortable. She was breathing right, and I was always confident she'd be able to keep up a good strong gallop.
Was it by design by about the half mile you really let her run?
I wanted to improve a little bit, but then definitely just before I approached the 600, I thought, well, let's make them chase us now.
Well done.
Thanks.